everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We have Jessica Valdez, one of the Palo Alto College students and PAC family member, joining us today. Welcome, Jessica.
Good morning. Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us for this Plática. And you know, Jessica, I understand that as a student in Palo Alto College, and I just learned, born and raised on the south side of San Antonio, we've been going through some tremendous things going on right now with not only our city, state, but also the world with COVID-19. And so we've had to make some adjustments going on at Palo Alto College to make sure that every student has an opportunity to continue to keep learning, which was one of our big initiatives moving forward. What are some of the challenges you've seen as a student and as also an employee, as a part-time employee at Palo Alto College working through? Can you share some of those challenges with us?
One of my biggest challenge was I hadn't been to school in 20 years. So this is the biggest hurdle to begin with. And when I decided to come to school, I have my oldest who attends with me. He goes to Palo Alto too. His name is Joseph. My biggest experience is I had to learn how to do computer work quick. There was no ins, afs. I had to do it. I had to learn how to trial and error, should I say. I mean, I had a lot of, heartaches, pains. I've had losses through COVID. So it was really hard, but I'm a more face-to-face. You have to hold my hand and tell me, okay, do this, young lady, because I've always learned like that. I'm an only child, so it's really hard if you're not face-to-face with somebody, but I've come over the hurdles since March. And in May, I decided to take a challenge and say, hey, you know what, let's try to do it all online. So I passed my 2 summer classes that I took just this past summer, all online. With nobody telling me.
Well, congratulations, Jessica. And I tell you, so we have Jessica and Joseph going to Palo Alto College. We actually have something in common in the sense that when I started college, I started at community college as well. And I started with my dad. I started with my dad and my grandfather. My grandfather was in his 70s at the time, and my 2 older sisters. And so we started our educational journey together. And so Jessica, by you making that commitment for not only for yourself but for your son is a big deal. It was a big deal for me. So if Joseph hasn't told you, I'll tell you it was a big deal for me when my father made that commitment, because it showed me a whole other perspective that I didn't know existed. So congratulations on your classes for the summer. Thank you so much for taking the lead and coming to school with us and trusting us to provide you with the educational opportunities. But I also understand that you've been involved with some of our social circles and some of the things that, making phone calls to students. What's that been like, or what have you heard from other students?
Actually, when we took on the role of helping, the Share Center and making these calls and listening to high school students, in the same situation, although age is a difference. It's as much of a difference. These are 20-year-olds I'm talking to, 19-year-olds I'm talking to. They were scared. They wanted someone to hold their hand just like mom and dad did, and being a mom myself and having a child who goes to Palo Alto, I was like, look, you're just talking to somebody just like you. Age isn't a number for me, to be honest with you. And I have a son just like you, and I put it out there and told him, you know what, trial and error, you're going to learn. If you don't, then you don't want to learn. But as long as someone's there to hold their hand and help them through it, actually, I've heard great things. I have a couple of friends who are about to leave this semester in December, I think, graduating. So it's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I tell you that it's so meaningful when folks such as yourself take that time to really reach out and connect with other students and to let them know that there is a path, there are opportunities, and folks are going through the same challenges just like them. And sometimes that takes a lot of that stress off, because then it becomes really relatable for them. And so I guess what I would ask one last question is, so as you've been talking with students and connecting with them and sharing your experience, what advice do you have for students that are currently taking classes And what advice would you have for students that are considering, you know what, I'm not sure if I want to go to college or if it's right for me? And so there's two different, so those that are there right now, what message would you have for our students moving forward, and those that are thinking about going to college?
Well, the ones that I talked to, like I said, they're part of the Alamo Promise, I believe it's called, where they're
Okay.
coming out of high school.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're scared, you know, they want someone to hold their hand because mom and dad aren't going to do it no more. They think they're not going to, but behind them, they're like, okay, let's push them. Let's keep pushing them. We got this, you know. They're silent, you know, cheerleaders, but in hearts, you know, they're like, okay, they got to let them go a little bit. I think the students who are here now, thank God that they got to make it. Most of them helpfully passed. I know that I know you had the no credit or zero credit or whatever. I like the fact that you got to do that this year because a lot of people struggled between March and May.
Mhm.
So I mean, people who are doing it right now remotely, I see all my friends in their classes. They're trying to come to class. They have their computers on, you know, ready to learn. You know, they're excited to learn. You know, although it's a different kind of learning, but we're all trying. I mean, as long as I think you find two group of people and stay with them, and you'll make it.
Absolutely. So Jessica, I think that I hear that the important message is to find that support group so that we can come together and make it together and be
Yeah,
successful.
as long as you're in the classroom and you find somebody, you know, okay, you know, she knows what she's doing or he knows what he's doing, you know, just stick it out together. I mean, right now you need each other more than ever, I think, and personally.
I think that's the best way to say it, and we'll leave with that. Is we do need each other during these unfortunate times, but we also need each other post-pandemic. That's the only way that we make it. Is if you're going you know, there's that proverb, that African proverb. If you want to go fast, you go alone, but if you want to go far, you go together.
Yes, I really do like that saying. One of the sayings that I like to say is also is it's worth the wait, no matter how much time, you know. Time is just, you know, it's just there. Just let it stand still. It's fine. You'll keep going.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Jessica Valdez. We're here with Jessica Valdez. Thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today
you.
on another Palo Alto College Plática. We appreciate your insights, your vision, and helping others move forward so that they can be successful at Palo Alto College. Thank you so much.
Thank you.